So we talk with a lot of people who are in the ethics and compliance department or in their HR department, and these guys are often viewed as cost centers in their organization. And what that ends up doing in many cases is it kind of influences people's mindset, and it starts to take away from the impact that they could be having, and they don't realize the leadership potential that they have.
Yeah, I mean, look, from our perspective, everybody is a leader. Everybody has an impact through the things they do, the things they say, but especially with the compliance department. And we see that every day with the impact that they're having on the organization.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones who are touching the people, they're touching the policies that ultimately reinforce and drive the culture. And a leader is nothing other than someone who's willing to do the right thing and be a good example to those around them. And that being a good example, inherent foundational to that, is the impact that you can be having. So
they just need to own their impact. That's really what it comes down to. It's sort of a concept that we've been thinking about and talking about here, is being able to own that impact. So everything that you do or say is going to have repercussions in some way, either positive or negative, on everybody that you interact with. So
there's no neutral.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to perceive what you do either in a positive or negative way. And so our point is that you need to own that. You need to own that impact. So be it forethought ahead of time in the type of work that you do, or the way that you approach something, or the way that you talk about it, it's going to have an impact, and that's something that you need to own in order to be a leader.
Yeah, and to not let that pigeonhole mentality or that cost center mentality that's often cast upon people in our roles, to not let that trickle into your mindset to compromise the kind of impact that you can have.
Yeah, exactly. So look, I think in the compliance department especially, right, they're the people that sort of put that, they help to promote the company culture, they're promoting, code of conduct and things of that nature, and probably have the most impact on the organization's behavior and the way that things happen there. So, I think at all levels of the organization, but especially in the compliance department, putting forethought into the way that you do things to really own that impact for the organization is essential. So, and it's part of, again, like what we were talking about, part of being a leader, that everybody's a leader, everybody should be able to own that impact.
Yeah, no matter what your level in your organization, leadership is not just concentrated at the top of your organization, or if you have 20 people reporting to you, because if the definition of a leader is just somebody who's owning their impact and is willing to do the right thing, then we all have that potential. Yeah. But the mentality ends up shifting and ends up kind of compromising our impact, or making us believe that, what we do doesn't matter. It does matter, believe me. You're having impacts all around you all the time, whether you recognize it or not. You need to tune into it and realize that it's either going to be positive or negative, and we need to own those things to have that impact to really drive and make the difference in the world that we're trying to make.
Yeah, exactly. So really the moral of today's story is that you matter, you make a difference, so own your impact and be a leader.